Hi, Anne.
Hi.
How are you doing this week?
I am doing okay. A lot better, actually, I think.
That's great to
Yeah,
hear.
isn't that good?
That is great.
Yeah.
So I remember last week at our last session, it was right before you started the new medication that your doctor prescribed you. And so we kind of left it on a little bit of a cliffhanger of you being able to describe how you felt before the medication.
Yeah.
So I want to just kind of take a moment, if we can, to maybe draw a depiction of how you were feeling last week. So we have some crayons here that you can use. And
so before the medication.
Before the medication.
Like
so how you were kind of feeling.
Just kind of overwhelmed.
Yeah. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or whatever else you were feeling, if you want to just draw a picture to kind of just depict what you were feeling at that point.
Like how that felt? Okay. There's several different ways I feel like I was feeling. So
okay. Well, I mean, if you need to draw several pictures, you can do
well,
that.
I feel like you could probably do it all on one page. I just need to think about colors maybe to represent that.
We do have a wide.
Is there a certain amount of time I need to take to do this, or just what do you think?
I'll give you a few moments to just kind of go through it. Maybe try to keep it under 5 minutes. How about that?
That's fine. I don't want to spend all of our session coloring. So we can actually talk. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. Whatever you're feeling. Depicted in your picture there.
Okay.
And if at any time you feel that you need to take a break, just let me know.
Okay.
And we can stop.
Okay. I feel like pattern is going to be the most useful to me. That's helpful to you.
That's whatever you at this point.
Okay.
This is about you.
Yeah.
Feeling good about it?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, it's my personality, but I feel like I very much like, I don't know, we all have like a self-narration or sort of a story of our life, the way like we all, if you have to explain your life to people, right, we always kind of frame it as like, sort of like a narrative. So I feel like lines are kind of a way that I can sort of express that to sort of like, like how I felt over the course of like since giving birth to like this postpartum type, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes,
that
makes sense. So we'll kind of take a look at it. So I just want you to kind of take a moment to take a look at your drawing right now.
Okay.
And so I know you mentioned earlier that you felt for you, as far as your narration in your life, that lines kind of help you to narrate your life or help you kind of see it in a linear form. So kind of taking a looking at this, we kind of see there's 2 different colors on here that you use. It's kind of, how would you describe this kind of color here? Would you say it's like an orange or red?
Kind of like a red-orange. I wanted something deeper and a little bit more like, I feel like, energetic, I think. Yeah.
And then we kind of have like this like kind of almost like a blue aqua kind of color.
A little bit more just like reflective and a little more calm.
Okay.
And I think that's part of the curviness too.
Okay. So I want you to just kind of take a moment to look at it, and I want you to try to just describe to me what you drew.
What I drew? Okay.
What's the meaning behind what you
Well, I feel like with this, with being postpartum this time, I feel like I've had moments where I think with sort of the anxiety, it's felt like jitters, like just such amplified jitters when I get very overwhelmed. So I feel like things will be going along. Things were going along very, very smoothly at times when I would have quiet time. But then if I had a lot going on, I just feel like I was like coping or not handling it very well. So I feel like, my body has a very physical reaction, I feel like, to anxiety. So it just feels like I'll have tremors and I'll get red. And it feels like, you know, when you have too much caffeine and you're just kind of like really shaky. So I feel like kind of some of the spikiness and that kind of energy that I just have real, I don't seem to be able to will myself out of that. Like I can't calm my body down very easily on my own when I'm overwhelmed. So I think, I feel like it hasn't been, it's not like I'm in a constant state of that, you know, but when I'm dealt with, like having to take the kids out of the house or, you know, just, I had them, all three of them at home with me over the summer a lot. You know, there would just be so much of this. But then when I was able to carve out my downtime, I felt a lot calmer and a lot, you know, so it was such a like up and down period of time.
Okay, so the blue kind of, if I understand you correctly, the blue kind of represents the kind of calmer moments.
I think so.
Following giving birth to your child. And then when you felt that kind of anxiety kind of come up, like you said, it kind of manifested in a physical sense. So you got jitters, turning red, and feeling kind of flushed. So it kind of kind of amplifies and then kind of winds itself down and then kind of finds itself into a moment of calm before it kind of happens again. And so you mentioned that over the summer that was kind of a high anxiety moment for you with having to take care of the kids. So maybe you can kind of tell me a little bit more about like what kind of helps you to find that calmness.
So I feel like I'm trying to think of like what, like when I was my best over the summer or just with the kiddos, or when I was feeling really good. Let me think. Probably.
I don't think it even has to be a moment when you were at your best, but maybe just a moment
or just when I would be calm.
Like what was something that you?
Well, I think it was having a lot of social stimulus, not coming at me all at once. I think part of having a baby is just, you know, I have a baby. It's just like, it's physical all the time. I have something attached to me all the time, or I have the kids, you know, wanting my attention all the time. So I think it's been when there's nap times for the kids, or if, you know, after the kids, usually like most evenings, I feel like after the kids have gone to bed and if my baby's sleeping and, you know, I have time with my husband, it's very rare, it's very precious. I think precious is probably a better way. Such a precious period of time for me to like refresh and stay calm. So I feel like those were the little pockets over the summer. Or my husband would give me like an evening off, just to like refresh and not have to socialize and just kind of hide.
So even for those moments that you had that your husband gave you an evening out, or just
off,
that you not necessarily went out,
right?
You just kind of took a moment to yourself.
I would just kind of do something in the house, or even just like go for a walk, or run an errand, you know, or just like do the dishes or something, but be doing it without like having to talk or something, you know, just really needing to not socialize.
So kind of having less of that social stimulus, so whether it's your kids or
like
friends or whatnot.
Right. Because quiet time is what gives me energy. I know some other people, you know, get energy from socialization.
And everyone is different.
Everybody's different,
I see. Okay. And so I know that your doctor's kind of prescribed you a new medication recently. And so you started that, we'll say, like about a couple of weeks ago, right? So you've had a couple of weeks to kind of take it. And so how do you feel that it's helped you so far with that?
It's just, so I feel like with some of the anxiety, there would just be times with the kids when, you know, and even just with the postpartum hormones, I think, you know, since I'm still postpartum, where I would just want to cry. And kind of for no reason, you know, it's not even that anything like that terrible was happening. It was just, you know, but just juggling everything would just make me feel like I wanted to cry. And I haven't had that feeling like at all for like
since you started
weeks, which is awesome. And I just feel like there's just a calm. I can just handle stuff, and my body's not reacting as violently, which is great. And I'm not having like the emotional up and downs, you know, because the antidepressants are good with that. I feel like, you know, just kind of a little bit more even keel. Which is really positive. That's really great. So I feel like I can handle a lot of the social things a little bit more easily now. So my anxiety hasn't gone away.
So it's still
there.
I
can kind of deal with it because my mood is better. Like I'm just not upset about stuff all the time.
So do you feel that like that the anxiety kind of led you to feelings of like just wanting, like do you feel like that when you felt like you wanted to cry, was that kind of like your breaking point where it was just the anxiety just reached a peak?
I think so, and it just
was it like a release for you if you ended up crying and all? Or or do you feel that they're not connected and they just kind of run parallel to each
I
other?
feel like maybe they ran more parallel because I don't even think like the crying was helping. That's why I feel like because it was hormonal, so it just felt like this isn't me, and that like I just felt like not myself because this is just happening to me, and this it's not even like sometimes you just need a good cry and you feel better, So I think that's why I felt like the medication might be very helpful because it was something I just seemed not to be able to control. Like just having a good cry wasn't helping.
So why don't we take a couple minutes now to draw how you're feeling
currently, just
point,
like
now that you're
with
on
the medication.
your medication,
Okay.
and
Okay.
maybe we'll take a couple. Feeling good about it? Okay, so I'll take a couple seconds, and I want you to just kind of describe to me what this kind of depicts now that you.
Well, I feel like the medicine's making me feel just so much more like myself, and just like whole, so the circle, it was like, okay, that feels kind of circular, just to feel like kind of complete and a little bit more whole again.
Okay, so the circle kind of represents you as a
so,
whole.
Yeah, I think so, just feeling, not so like, I think just complete's probably a better word instead of like just like all over the place, instead of like all over the place and kind of crazy. I'm feeling a little bit more like contained, I guess, which is good. And so I'm feeling, because I'm definitely feeling a lot more positive and cheerful. So the yellow felt a little bit warmer, like that's, feels like that's more indicative of me. And I just wanted to fill it in. I don't feel as empty anymore, so I feel like I didn't want the spaces to be empty.
So the medication kind of, if I'm hearing you correctly, makes you feel a little more whole, more of yourself, feeling a lot more happy with that kind of bright, cheerful color that you've used to kind of represent your emotions. And then as far as the other color inside, it's just more of like you feel full again. Your life feels full in a positive sense.
I think so, yeah. And the lines, I feel like, again, like I was all over the place before, and I feel like I'm able to put some of the pieces of the puzzle back together. So like everything's kind of has become more connected to like how I'm feeling like deep down inside. So like my emotions are a little bit more under control. Like my spirituality, I feel like I'm is a little bit more is like helping me more. I'm just able to I'm pulling and drawing from a bunch of different things right now, and it's all kind of connected and helping me. I think
aligned in the sense.
It's sort of like I'm just feeling, and like my parenting's feeling more insane. Like I'm just kind of everything's I guess just kind of in sync a little bit better than it was before like being all over the place.
So it sounds like you're in a really good space right now.
I am. It's really good. I'm so thankful. Like this medicine is helping me a lot, and then to be able to cope and deal, with stress. So that's been really great. Yeah.
Well, I think this is probably a good point to just kind of end our session today, just because I feel like you're in a very good space right now.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
And then maybe we'll schedule for next.
Yeah, we can just keep checking on the meds too, just to make sure I'm not, weird stuff doesn't happen.
Your doctor on that.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, I will see you next week.
Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.